right, thank you so much. Then now we are moving on to the main part of the demo day, which is the student presentation. All right, so today I just share with you co-presenters. We have Quen, Ejike, and Juliet, and Rahim, right? And each of you did already great preparation for the presentation. So excited to have you here. All right. And before we move on to the actual presentation part, we also invited amazing juries, Jan Hendrick, Behab, and Thomas. He is so kind to join us today and give feedback and encouraging students. Thank you so much. I'd like to shortly introduce our juries. Probably Jan Hendrick, could you start sharing some words from your side? Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Takuya. My name is Jan Hendrick. I'm a customer engineer working for Microsoft, and I'm an individual contributor and mostly support my customers with cloud automation topics. And for ReDI School, I'm a volunteer teacher for the Python classes last semester and this semester. And I'm very much looking forward to next semester's Azure or cloud classes as well. And with that, I hand it over to Merab.
Yes, thank you. Thanks a lot. So my name is Mehrab Alai, and I'm part of Digital Network Circle in Accenture. I'm very great to be here with you, and a very warm welcome from sunny Frankfurt. I have finished my master in IT security 4 years ago from Ruhr-Universität Bochum and working for Accenture as a cloud transformation and architecture manager for our great strategic clients and exciting projects. So we are helping our clients not only to reduce the cost, but also setting the basis for the future growth. In this ReDI School semester, my colleagues and I were working as a teacher of network fundamental course, making students ready to start their career in this area and make Cisco certification, so boost their skill sets and be ready for the future. I will pass it to Thomas.
Thank you, Mera. So my name is Thomas Stark. I'm a senior partner in a company called Culture Talent. We are specialized in human capital, in consulting, outsourcing services globally. And I'm engaged with ReDI School since December 2020, so roughly 8 months now, being a mentor. And I had already the honor to coach 2 fantastic people from Nigeria, Venny and Charles. It was amazing to be their mentor. Really, really nice people. And the journey so far has been wonderful. I have to share that. So I love the course and team. That's amazing. The concept is really, really nice. And maybe to share something about myself and my passion. So I'm an experienced hands-on leader, but most of it, I'm passionate about people and talent development. So that's what I'm living every day. That's what I love to see, love to do. And for me, it's what makes me the most happy is to see people grow. And that's what we can do in ReDI School, and that's what we can do with the mentorship program. So keep up that fantastic work, and let's have more mentees, and let's help more people to really settle down and get great careers. So I'm very thrilled and feel honored to be a juror today. And let's see what the demo day brings. It's a fantastic event. Thank you so much.
Great. Thank you so much, Thomas, Mehab, and Jan Hendrick. All right, so then we are now very excited. Then let's get started from the first presentation, which is from Quen Ta from the Web Design Fundamentals course. All right, so then let's get started.
Hi everyone, my name is Queen. I'm from Vietnam, and I'm here today to present my final result for the course Web Design Fundamentals. First thing first, my classmates and I want to say our thanks to ReDI, especially our tutors, for all the knowledge and support that you give us. What have I gained for the last 3 months? I would say a lot. I have officially my first mentor from mentorship program, and also other mentors from the class. You couldn't imagine how many questions I have been asking so far in total in class and after class. I have already finished my first project for my portfolio, which is very important for my first job as a UX designer. And I'm ready to look for jobs as my CV and also interview skills are upgraded a lot after many workshops. Mm. If I have to describe the course shortly, then I would say is a learning by doing process. We learn about design thinking methods. We also have like practical experience, like dealing with Figma, making prototypes, and have many feedback sessions. By learning those, we are able to finish a design challenge, which is to redesign a website for S Bottega, a local fashion store based in Düsseldorf. In this slide, you can see parts of their website right now, which is old and not really user-friendly. Firstly, we have to look at the website and analyze what they have so far. This is a big step in the process because all the information that we gather, it could help our design to be more user-friendly. And here is my questions that I have to answer myself, like who is S Bottega, who are their target customers and competitors, what problems do they have, or like do the customers have to face when using the website, and how to solve those problems, and how to give the customers better experience, and so on. So here are my designs. This is like the landing page and about us page. I could say it's like the face of S Bottega, where you can grasp easily the essence of the brand. I also created two features for the website. The first one called Gift Box, dedicated for people who are not really friendly with fashion or trends out there. And the other one is combination. So it came from my own problem, like what if I want to have a whole outfit, but I couldn't imagine what it could look like together. Therefore, I offer a feature where you can just like drag and drop all your favorite items into one frame, save it and share it with your friend or publish it later. And that's it. Here are my overall view of the S Bottega website. Hope you enjoy my little journey with S Bottega, and feel free to connect and ask me any questions. That's it. Thanks again, ReDI.
Great. Well done, Gwen. Great presentation. Gwen, are you ready for the juries round?
Yes, sure.
Cool. All right. Happy to have you here, right? Good.
Thank you.
All right. So then let's get started. So, Jan Hendrick, could you share your thought and also one question to Gwen?
Certainly. Thank you, Takuya. And thank you, Gwen, for the great presentation. I love that you included the 3-month time span of your personal learning experience at the very beginning. And I also liked your presentation style. It was calm and collected, and for me, it was easy to follow along. I'm not a designer myself, so kudos to that. And you interspersed it with your personal story, which made it a very, very good presentation. And I think you seem to have learned a lot during the course. So I have only one question, essentially. In the end, did you pitch your design to S Bottega, and did they choose it?
Actually, from the beginning, like in the beginning of the course, because we have to build like a user journey and things like that based on our assumptions only. So actually, I tried to contact them via phone, but I mean COVID, so no one picked up the phone. And I also emailed them, but it just, like no one replied. So sadly, I didn't have like any chance to actually check the facts with them or like, pitch them a little bit of my idea. But that's a good idea. I could actually do it, just like a little present for them.
Great. Thank you, Jan, for the sharp question. And Gwen, you've done great. All right. Then I'd like to ask Mehav, what's your thought and what's your question?
So thanks, Takuya. Queen, it was very good presentation. Not only the presentation, the technical part, the technical work what you did was amazing. I just saw the pictures before your project and at the end of your project. It looks very nice. I just enjoy it, and I think you found your way it should be very, very nice for you to work in this area, I think. But I have a question. Are you just working on the presentation layer, interface layer, or also on the backend? And about, for example, the security of the website. Did you learn also in this direction something?
We actually focus more on the user experience, like how to have like research, and how to make like features that could maybe fit our users' needs. We haven't had a chance to work on the back end, but because we have like next semester an advanced course, so maybe we can like dig more into the developer's perspective.
Great. Thanks a lot.
Great. Also, Meha, she could be a great candidate for your course, maybe. All right. Thank you so much, Gwen. Well done. And now move on to Thomas. Thomas, could you share also your feedback and one question?
Well, absolutely. Gwen, I mean, great structure, right? Great structure of the presentation. Very well done. And, the visuals are easy, self-explanatory, and everyone can picture your thoughts and your approach. So I really, really enjoyed looking at it. So wonderful ideas, great solutions, really congratulations. Absolutely well done. Now, my question is that the project looks very multi-layered, right? And you executed it well. So maybe you can give an advice to the other students how to structure complex projects.
My advice, especially for this course, is like you actually need to be more proactive, because for ReDI course, just like basic course, we have like a very great curriculum and very great mentors. But it's like you still need to put in your efforts and ask questions, because I changed a lot from the beginning to like the final product. Like I asked a lot of mentors from class and also like mentors from the mentorship program, and they actually have a very great insight, like practical and real life experience. So I can actually adjust the features, not in my opinion, but also like from the developers. Like, is it possible to do the features or not? Something like that. So my advice is like, please be more proactive, do your homework, and ask questions. That's it.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Great point, Gwen. All right, Gwen, well done. And you've done a really great job and a great answer you did from this jury's round. And thank you, Thomas and Meha and Jan Hendrick, for asking very constructive questions and feedback. All right, Gwen. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, good. Then now we move on to the next presentation. Is from Ejike Patrick Aka from Networking Fundamentals.
Hello, my name is Ejike. I come from Nigeria, and I am a student of ReDI in Networking Fundamentals. I learned about how the OSI module operates, the TCP and IP module. The TCP and IP module, it's a layer 5 module. But in the OSI module, is described as the open system interconnect. It represents logically how data is being encapsulated from layer 7 to layer 1, which is the physical layer. I learned a lot of these things and understand the basic principles. I also learned about the address resolution protocol and how it can translate IP address into MAC address in the data link layer. I went further to learn about the practical implication of how the networking devices were able to function when I did a course in Udemy. That's the CCNA 200 to 301 through the help of ReDI during the Q&A section. We did a course using Packet Tracer. Packet Tracer It's a software that we were able to use in analyzing or configuring a network device, like maybe creating network topology, such as local area network. And then we're able to learn how to use the command line interface to enable the executable mode to configure interface, and a whole lot of, command line interface were taught, and I learned a lot from that. I also learned about how to use Wireshark through ReDI. Wireshark is a software that analyzes packets, how packets are being captured when you set your preference in, let's say, using a network card interface, and then you can describe or you can analyze the source IP address, the destination IP address, the types of protocol that it's being captured, whether if it is a web server protocol, is it the hypertext transfer protocol secured or the hypertext transfer, or is it the main server or the dynamic host configuration server or the domain name server. All of these things were learned, and I went in details to also did a course in LinkedIn to learn intensively about Wireshark. I want to thank my teachers and my mentors for guiding me, putting me through the knowledge I have now. I appreciate so much. Thank you.
All right, Ejike, well done. You're here, right? Good. Well done, Ejike. It was really informative and structured presentation. All right, let's move on to the juries round. And this time, I'd like to start from Thomas. Thomas, could you share your feedback and also one question?
Sure. Well done. Great presentation. Thank you for it. Very structured, quite technical and detailed, I have to admit. It seems like, you created the fundamentals of maybe an engineer career, which makes me very happy. So it looks like you really enjoyed what you learned there. My question to you would be, if you have to point out a soft skill that you improved during this course, the most significant one, what would it be? I mean, can you share that with the audience and give us a little bit of an explanation to it?
Yeah, I think one of the soft skills is on how to use the Wireshark and also how to use packet tracer. Like I've never work on this environment before, so it was purely practical because it like most of the things we learned, we did more of the theoretical, explanation of how these things work, and then at a point we were able to use the Cisco the Udemy course, and then you have to learn and you come to the question and answer section, and then you present. Having a question, you present your thoughts. So at that point, I use that as an opportunity while I'm preparing for my CCNA to learn how to use some of these soft skills.
Thank you, Ejike. Well explained, and Thomas, thank you for your question. All right, and now move on to our teacher, Mehrab, right, from this course. Could you share your feedback on one question?
Yes, sure. Thanks, Takuya. Ejike, it was great presentation. Thanks a lot for that. I can just remember your good questions, your active participation in our course in this semester, and I just enjoyed to have, or I love to be in this course when you are as a motivated student there. So actually, just for information for all of you, we changed the structure of this semester, the structure of the network fundamental course. We splitted the course to two parts. The basic parts was until the middle of the semester, and the let's say advanced part in the second part. And in this case, we just asked the students who will stay in this course and who will just learn more and more in details, technical, very complex and difficult topics. And one of those people, so we got 5-6 students still interested for the advanced part, and one of those was Patrick or Ejike. And it was great work. I just love your presentation and your active participation in this course. Always valid questions, and just keep going on. in your presentation, I just understood you have Wireshark certification, and you said you learned how to use the Wireshark. Now I have a question. Did you learn where you should use the Wireshark?
Yeah, when you want to either capture, let's say, for instance, at first you open your terminal, and then you want to capture traffic, maybe either from your local area network, like for instance, you want to know the activities that it's going on. Then you can get to capture the website. Maybe someone's trying to hack in, either intruder, into your network. You can see the time the person is able to log in. You can also access the IP address, the source IP address, and then you can identify which of the protocol. And then also, if you are working on just your personal, let's say, device, let's say you're using USB, you can also capture the data from that source. Or if you're using a Wi-Fi, you can also capture data from that source.
Yes, exactly. So I just understood between your answer that you use this Wireshark tool in your private network, in your local area network. That's the point. You should not use it in the public network without any acceptance from some organization, because it's very strong tool to capture and analyze the network, which could be maybe against the privacy of the other people if you are in a public network, and you need to be be careful when you are using the Wireshark so you need to just use it on the private network or in a lab.
Yeah, I think because it exposes you to a whole lot of information. For instance, for let's say files that are not encrypted, you can easily get the let's say if someone is doing transaction in a public area network, and then you can easily get the person's transaction details, which is fraudulent. So in that case, you do not have access to capture traffic using the public network.
Great, Ejike. Great.
All right. Thank you, Ejike and Mehab. It sounds like we're in expert conversation, and we prepared after party there, and you can always chat each other and with some glass of beer also. All right, well done. And we move on to Jan Hendrick. All right, Jan Hendrick, could you also share some feedback and one question?
Absolutely. Thank you, Ejike, for your presentation. I can not add very much, apart from that I liked it very much. So you had also a very calm presentation style, you didn't fidget, and you made good eye contact with the camera. And the one thing that stood out to me was Packet Tracer, actually, because it reminded me of my early days in my career some 11, 12 years ago. It was also a tool I used to learn for my CCNA, and I found it very, very interesting that it's still used nowadays. And I still have one question, of course, like the other teachers. And my question would be, going forward, how do you think you will be using your newly learned skills? Will you, for example, continue on to virtual networking in the cloud at some point?
Yeah, actually, I have interest in the cloud, but I do not know what it entails generally. Like, I know of DevOps and cloud computing. So I do not know which area my networking skill can be useful, but I really want to go into cloud.
Perfect. Your networking skills will be very useful, actually.
Yeah, you found the candidate, right? All right, great. Thank you so much. Ejike, well done. And also thank you for answering all questions. And I'm very impressed of what you've learned. And Jan Hendrick and Mehab and Thomas, thank you for your feedback and questions. Well done, Ejike. No? All right, then let's move on to the next presentation. Is Juliet Chukwemeka from HTML and CSS course. All right, let's get started.
Hello everyone, my name is Julia Chukwemeka. I'm 27 years old and I'm from Nigeria. I'm currently pursuing a master's degree in computer science at Padapon University. This semester I studied the course Web Development, which is one of the courses provided by ReDI School. So the main chapters of this course were HTML and CSS. So in the next slides, I'll present to you what exactly HTML is. So you might be asking, what is HTML? Well, HTML is the structure of a website. So basically the skeleton of the website, while CSS is the flesh of the website. So what you see, the colors, the fonts, what really makes the website to pop. So in the next slide, I'll show you a list of the topics we covered during the class. So we first of all started with the basic HTML structure. An HTML document has a head, a body, and a foot, just like a skeleton. We spoke about HTML tags, we spoke about HTML headers and footers, attributes, even how to embed HTML media like audios and videos. In the next slide, I'll show you a screenshot of what an HTML document actually looks like. Like I said, it's like a skeleton. We have the head and the body. And the head and the body in HTML is wrapped around an HTML tag. In order for you to use a CSS, you need to embed an external file of CSS inside the header part of the HTML. So the course had two parts, the HTML and the CSS. And then the slide, you'll see the different topics we covered for the HTML part. So we started off with the HTML selectors. We learned about text formatting, links. We learned about flexbox, how to position, overflow, flex, all the different attributes that make the web page more colorful and more vibrant. So in order for you to use the CSS, you have to embed it into the HTML, and then you need to have some selectors. So we have a class and we have an ID. So a class, you put it in the HTML and you present it in the form of a dot in the CSS file, and an ID, you represent it in the form of a hashtag. So in the next slide, as you can see, we have a screenshot of what the CSS actually looks like. So throughout the course, we worked on our own personal portfolio. So I would like to show you what I achieved. So as you can see, this is my portfolio website. We have different sections, and the different sections talk about projects I worked on and my about section and the contact page. So we have a nav bar at the top right corner where you can navigate to see my project. So when you hover over the cursor, you see the different projects I've worked on. We have the About Me, where you get to know more about me, where I'm from, where I schooled, what I like to do. We have my educational background, and then the set of skills that I possess. And at the end, we have the contact information. Next, we have the resume. So if you want to check out my resume, you can click on it. You can be able to view it, and you can also be able to download it. So that's all I have for my portfolio website. What I liked most about the course and ReDI was that the courses were interactive, they were fun, the pace was nice and normal. It was a safe space. We had different teachers. We also had workshops once a month, and we got to meet individuals in the workspace in different companies. And overall, it was a great experience. I loved every single minute of it. Thank you.
Great, Juliet. Groovy presentation, right? All right, you are ready, Juliet? Oh.
Just a minute.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. So then let's start the juries round. All right. So we start from Jan Hendrick this time. Jan Hendrick, could you share your thought and one question?
Yes. First of all, very cool portfolio website. Very well done. And so far, this was probably the best use of body language from the presentations we saw, and also from the presentations that I saw during my work. So excellent work. And you managed to support what you said. And you didn't use too much body language, just the right amount. And also, of course, from a technical perspective, your explanations were easy enough to follow, even for people unfamiliar with HTML and CSS, I think. I have one question, though. So you talked a lot about in your conclusion what you liked about this course. But what I would like to know is, what is the single most important takeaway from this course for your career? What do you think?
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, sorry about that. I was saying that the takeaway for me was the theory behind the HTML and CSS. In my undergraduate, I did work with it, and it was more of a copy and paste sort of thing. I didn't really know why you would use a class instead of an ID. I didn't really know how it connected. So it was really nice to get back to it and actually learn from the ground level, the actual foundation, like why exactly does this work and why do you use this instead of that? So that was like the greatest takeaway, the understanding of how everything actually works to develop a website.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Jan and Juliet, for the feedback and questions. Now I'd like to pass it to Mehab. All right, Mehab, could you share your also feedback and one question?
Sure. Okay. Thanks, Takuya. Juliet, I just enjoyed your presentation. It was very nice, very, very good, very structured, and I just enjoyed to see when you are talking about this technical HTML and CSS, and also at the end presenting your website. It was very nice. I just enjoyed. I think you can be very successful not only in the technical part, but also on the business part, or working as a consultant. I mean, not just in the back end, but in the front end. You are in both sides very good. I have a question. I saw you are downloading a file, your CV from your website. Did you also think about the security, for example? Because when you are downloading a file, it could be maybe dangerous. It could be affected with some man in the middle and with some viruses.
Yes, I thought about it, and we didn't really cover that in the course, but I have a web security course that I'm taking in my university, so I'm going to take some notes from that course and also apply it to make it more secure. Yes.
Great, super, thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mehab, for your sharp question, and Juliet, you are doing well. All right. Good. Then now move on to Thomas. All right, Thomas, could you also share your feedback and question?
Of course. I mean, the way you present is extremely engaging, right? So let's be clear. That's amazing. So, and you are actually the best example that I've seen so far, how to use your strengths. Because as we say, you own the room when you're presenting. That's just amazing. So really, really nicely done. And it helps a lot using examples to visualize your achievements. That's what you did great. Playing also with the check marks, walking the audience through your learnings. Very, very, very well done. So,
thank you.
I mean, share with us. I mean, I'm really curious now. Share with us and the audience, how the hell did you learn to present like this?
Well, Takuya can tell you that I was really nervous on the day. They had to give me a cold glass of water to calm my nerves. And the trick was to film in parts instead of like the whole 3 minutes, because they told me like it was going to be 3 minutes. I had the outline, so I had so many things to cram into 3 minutes, and I tend to speak a bit fast, so I ended up forgetting some words. So I thought about it and I suggested that maybe we take it into sections. So we split it up into 4 sections, and I was able to calm my nerves and then take it up again. So it was more consistent. That's the secret. Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you for the insight.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Thank you, Juliet, for sharing some backstage stories. All right, well done, Juliet, and amazing result. And Thomas, thank you for sharing. And also Mehab and Jan Hendrick, thank you for your encouragement to Juliet. Well done. Right. All right, then the last but not least is the next presenter, Rahim Kukutas from the Introduction to Python. All right, let's get started.
Hello everyone, I want to make a presentation about myself. First part, who am I? My life have 3 parts: education, professionally, and as a refugee. I was born in a small town in Turkey. My family were not educated and had not enough money to support my educations. But I went to science high school. It was important because at that time Turkey had only 15 science high schools. Then I went to Istanbul and studied industrial engineering in Yıldız Technical University. After the graduation, I started to work in a public institution I chose the institution because at the time Turkey had a very bad economic crisis, and the salaries in private companies were lower. And this institution is very important for Turkish economy. After the army crisis in 2016, I lost my job. I tried to find a new one, but it was impossible. Then I entered the university exam again and had a very good degree. I could easily study again as a doctor or dentist, but I had to run away because of the police came to my home. And the third part is the refugees. I came in 2017 in Germany. I lived in a refugee camp 3 months. Then I came to my village. First, I learned German. Then I started to search a job, but it is impossible to find a job without any related experience. While I was waiting desperately, I took a message from my friend and I met with ReDI. In ReDI, I take Python course. I have already wanted to take a Python course, but Job Center rejected my offer to take a paid computer course. In ReDI, I learned a lot of things about Pythons and Python libraries, and it is a screenshot about my end of semester project. And this diagram shows that the German software developers' age distributions. What is ReDI for me? I see ReDI not only a computer course, but also a platform to meet people like me and people like wanted to help us. It is important to refugees to communicate local community. Unfortunately, a lot of refugees live in ghettos and have not enough chance to integrate the community. ReDI gives the chance for us to communicate with local people. I hope I will find a good job with help of ReDI community. Thank you for your attention.
Right, Rahim, thank you for sharing your story. It's so engaging, and we are ready, right? Okay. Great, Rahim. Oh yeah, great. Cool, then let's start the jury's feedback round, and I'd like to start from Thomas this time. Thomas, could you share your feedback and one question?
Yes, I can. Thank you. Rahim, respect. I mean, walking us through your personal journey. Thank you for the trust and for being so open. I mean, I'm grateful that you shared that. That gives a completely different perspective on your story. So really, thank you. And I think so for me, you are an amazing example of what dedication and focus can actually achieve. So thank you a lot for that. My question to you is rather to say, is there anything else that you can think of that ReDI School or the society can support you more with to settle down successfully?
Yes, exactly. I think I find ReDI School very important for my new life, and I think in my Landorf is underneath a lot of people. 6,000 people living here, and with ReDI, I met more people and more people in IT sector. And I can, I want to work in this IT sector, but in a way it is important, and it is I find ReDI very important for this topic. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Thomas, for asking this. And also, Rahim, thank you for sharing your stories. No? All right. Then I'd like to move on to the next jury. Mehrab. All right, Mehrab. Could you share your feedback?
Yes, thanks, Takuya. Sure. So, Rahim, it was very impressive presentation. I just enjoyed it. I just remembered a lot of. It was like a lot of memorial of my life. In my life, in your 3 part of lives was not exactly same like my lives, but I had a similar reason to come to Germany. I'm living in Germany since 2013 and studied here and then working here. But I'm also from Iran. I'm not from Germany, and it was very great to see people like you are motivated to achieve their goals. So you had a not easy childhood, but you tried to learn and you understood that's the future, learning, education, and you got the chance to go to the university. And now you're trying again going to this direction, not just going to find some job and working and earning some money, but you're still investigating your time, your life, your energy and education, and it's great. I'm very impressed. That's one thing. And the second thing is, I would like just to ask you, you studied
Industrial engineering.
Industrial engineering, exactly. It was not IT, and now you are learning programming language. So what was your difficulties to learn a new programming language without IT background?
Normally I like IT ever. I took IT lessons in university, and I liked it. But I am an industrial engineer and worked as a planning expert. But in Germany, I must find a new way. I have only experience in public institutions here in Germany. I have not a lot of chance to work in a public institution. So I think about that, and I have a lot of friends in IT sectors, and they said to me, yeah, you can do that. Then I researched the Python languages, and I find a course, but Job Center had rejected my course, my course to pay. Then normally it's difficult learn to new languages or the IT programming, but I am good at mathematics and statistics in engineering job. So yeah, it is not difficult for me.
Okay, very good. So I can understand. You can logically thinking, and that's the key for you.
Yes.
Very good, very good. Great. Just going. It's great.
Thank you, Michal. It's really encouraging. And Rahim, you are doing well, no? Very good. All right, so I will pass it to Jan Hendrick. Jan, you are the teacher of the Introduction to Python. Could you share your feedback and also one question?
Absolutely. Thank you, Rahim, for your personal story. And I think it brought everything into perspective, as Thomas said already. It highlights your performance even more throughout the course, which I really liked. So I guess it's my turn now to ask the technical question after I didn't do so for the other presenters. And I would like to know that given a large set of data, so if you think back to your last project, for example, given a large set of data like, I don't know, sales numbers for hundreds of stores, could you think of a suitable Python library that could help you analyze the data efficiently?
Yes. I choose pandas and matplotlib while I like make data with graphics. So matplotlib is, I find it very good, and pandas is very good for the statistics. Yeah, I choose these two ones.
Excellent.
Pandas and matplotlib.
Excellent. Thank you for sharing. This is also a good explanation why you chose these libraries. Very good. Yes. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, Jan, for asking this technical question as well. And Rahim, again, well done and great result you achieved. And I really hope that you continue learning at ReDI School and very successful future. All right. Well done. Huh? Thank you so much. And again, students, Rahim Ejike, Juliet, and Quen, well done. And it's not only you, like we had about 60 students in this semester, and all of you really well done and congratulations. And also teachers, mentors, you know, I see Angel and more teachers. Really, thank you so much. Like we cannot say more than this, but without you, like students really cannot learn many different topics, and really appreciate your commitment and endless effort to teach something new for students.